What's up guys, this is Astranox. Today I have the showcase of Sharun. So this is an interesting hero. She's able to put skill on cooldown with her skill number 1. That's definitely powerful. So I have her on a counter set and I'm using her own artifact. So it's boosting the combativeness of the ally with the highest attack. She's able to support the ally with the highest attack in the team with a random buff. I mean, you can get crit chance, crit damage, attack buff, or continuous healing. All that stuff is pretty good right there. She's able to cut, depending on how many buffs there are on the enemy team, 5% per buff. She cuts 20% CR push. It's interesting. Like, her passive is definitely quite stacked. I like that. Now, her skill number 3 and her skill number 1 are able to apply this brand new debuff called Venom, and Venom deals damage to the enemy that has Venom on them at the start of their turn, 10% of their maximum health. It was very good versus a team that is stacking health. And also, it is, it's inflicting injury. And that helps shorten the battle duration because their maximum health will be destroyed. And it's going to be better because they're going to be healing for less if they're healing based on their maximum health, and whatever they're using for as their maximum health, maybe it's like damage, healing, barrier strength, all that stuff gets reduced, so that's definitely good. And even if they get resurrected, right, they get revived, they will resume with how much maximum health they were at, so I like that. Now the Venom, on the skill number 3, the Venom on the skill number 1, that stuff is not that easy to actually land in quite a few cases. The 15% innate resist, kicks you in the balls often. The skill 3, it reduces buff duration on the enemy by 1 turn, so it's good to remove immunity set, but it's like I said multiple times before, it's multiple resist checks that she has to go through, right? So first, you need to remove the immunity, so you can actually land the speed down and the Venom from the skill number 3. So you need to build her with a lot of effectiveness, right? It's quite important, but still, the 15% innate resist has to be applied twice because remove immunity, apply Venom, 3 times because you're putting speed down on the target as well. From the skill number 3, she gets 50% combativeness push, so it's a 3.5 turn cooldown on her skill 3. That's pretty good. It rotates pretty well, good cycling there. And her skill 1, it is quite powerful. The counter set with her artifact, it's good to have her on counter, but I've opted for having speed main stat boots on her on a counter set. It's not for everyone. You need quite a bit of stats to pull that off. Now her survivability is struggling. She doesn't have as many stats as she could have outside of the speed, but she's getting quite a few turns. Now I feel like she shines more when you're dropping the skill 3, and she shines in a longer battle, of course. So if she goes down early, you don't have any revive, you couldn't keep her alive with healing, then you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? Like, you should be boosting her survivability so she's not going down early, because she needs to be useful in the battle. So in a shorter battle, I don't feel like she's helping the team enough. Those random buffs she's able to apply because of her passive, it's cool, but it's random, right? Like the crit chance buff, your hero, your ally with the highest attack in the team might already have 100% crit chance. You're not going to be building that hero with 50% crit chance just because you have a chance to actually get the crit chance buff on that hero. It doesn't make sense, right? Now the crit damage, you should have it at 300% or less, so you can actually put that crit damage buff to good use. And the continuous healing, it doesn't mean it's going to be helpful all the time, because you might have that hero with the highest attack on your team topped off at 100% health already. So there's also that. The attack buff is definitely quite powerful. I would say attack buff and crit damage buff are the better one, of course. It's quite obvious. Now, you can see in a shorter battle, she doesn't have time to really shine, and the team needs to have a lot of health on them. and you need to be fighting a team that has a lot of buffs, so you have more chances to trigger her passive over, you know, long battle. During the course of a long battle, her passive will be very powerful. And those Venoms, you know, 10% of the enemy's maximum health and damage, that is strong. It's definitely strong, and I've noticed in the battle report at the end of like longer battles, I'm seeing her shine, but there's a lot of battles where her damage is not doing too well. Now, if the enemy has like cleansing, right? If the enemy has super high effect resistance, if yeah, I mean, if you get hit, you're unlucky with the 15% innate resist, and you keep resisting, you can't remove the immunity set, you're not applying Venom. Now you gotta wait for the skill 3 to be up again. You're just gonna be able to single that hero out with skill number 1. I like it when you're putting Venom and then you're increasing skill cooldown of the hero. It's not a guarantee, but if Venom's already there because maybe you're lapping the enemy, you're getting more turn over them, you have time to just, you know, there's Venom on them, and maybe the skill 1 is just gonna increase their skill cooldown every time she goes if it doesn't get resisted. So that's pretty cool. I mean, man, Lionheart Savage is dealing so much damage, it's ridiculous. Like, she's doing some crazy stuff. There's a lot of battles that I've recorded and I didn't put in this showcase because her performance was not good. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to put battles where I feel like she shined more, but also like she's a hero that you want to bring versus teams that are very healthy. Battles where you actually bring a healer in there, and the battles are going to be super long. So, you know, having those type of fights in the video, it's kind of weird because the video could end up being an hour basically. But I feel like in you know, these battles, I was able to showcase her power, her strength, and yeah, it's an interesting hero. What I'm really curious about is which hero and what type of hero like is gonna have Venom in the future. Venom is geared toward PvP content, so this is a hero that is pretty dang useless in PvE content. Now, when you have a hero that is so specific, you know, about what it can do, it's weird. It's definitely weird. It's not pushing a lot of players to actually want to pull for that hero. She's not limited, right? Very specific hero. You're not gonna be able to bring her in all kind of battles. You need to be bringing her versus a team that doesn't have a fire or more fire heroes, because she might just get like completely destroyed. And then like evasion based heroes, I mean, you're just gonna like not land your Venom. It's gonna be a disaster. You're not gonna be able to put skill on cooldown. She might just get bursted down and just they take her out of the equation, and that's it. Maybe they cleanse during the battle, they apply immunity, you know, cleanse plus immunity, like Meteoric Ray, like that's really bad for her. It's really bad. So there's so many different battles where I can't actually bring her. Also, timing is important because if you go in there and she's faster than the enemies like Maid Chloe, faster than their cleanser and all that, you know, there was a battle where I was fighting a Lilius and I had to, on turn 1, actually use her skill number 1 and then delay the skill number 3. All these type of things can definitely mess you up, and it's really hard to position her in RTA. I think you have to last pick her. It's pretty obvious that you would have to pick her last as a sort of like counter pick. But even as a counter pick, I don't feel like she's going to be that optimal. I feel like she could be a nuisance. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you guys understand what I'm saying. She could be a problem, right? She could be a problem in the team because she's not landing her debuffs. She got singled out because your ability is not good enough on her. Maybe you couldn't get the defense buff on her. You would need, like, if she's not that tanky, she's fairly squishy, you're gonna need to have like some kind of like revive. You put defense buff quick on your team, you're gonna need Ordeus there. You're gonna have to babysit her. It's quite annoying when you have to do things like that. She's like a tech hero that it's just so hard to bring along and feel like she's actually helping the team enough. I feel like this hero is gonna end up needing to be buffed, or she's just so specific where she actually shines. Yes, like if they have a lot of buffs, like they have DN, they're like that the enemy team is abusing buffs, right? She could definitely shine because she's gonna like cycle very fast artifact-wise, you could have her on her own artifact, but I feel like Water's Origin is going to be really strong in terms of like boosting her survivability, and she's going to cycle even faster. So I feel like Water's Origin could definitely be a solid choice for her, but I wanted to showcase her own artifact and show you guys how it performs. I would much rather have a hero that is a guarantee attack buffer for my team that actually contribute more. It's not RNG based in terms of like landing debuffs, removing immunity. It doesn't feel too good, but what I'm hyped for is actually Venom on a hero that puts it to better use, that like is light or dark hero. Anyways, let us know what you guys think about her in the comment section. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.